Perfect. So first of all, thank you for taking time to chat with me. Really enjoyed the show. I was told to tell you that I watched all 8 episodes.
Nice.
So yeah,
wow. Well
very, very exciting show. So I do first want to ask, what was it about the book Stinger that intrigued you?
Well, the book, I read the book and I thought about it and I said to myself, this is huge. This is so massive in size. And then the light went on my head and I said, well, what if we took it all away? And we just had the central idea and had the freedom to take it where it wanted to go because it's a TV series and not a movie, it's a long form narrative. And that I think that's the hallmark of a really good book or movie is if the central conceit, if you take away, it's like a cover of a good song. If you take away all the instruments and you just have somebody play it on guitar and sing it, if it still works, then it's a good song. And so that's what it was. It was stripping down everything and seeing if it still worked. And it did.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the actors, what was your relationship with the source material like? Had you read it before? Did you read it after? Did you purposefully avoid it? I've had those options before in adaptations that people are like, I don't want to read the book, I want to have my own version of this.
I started to read the book, but then, I don't give any spoilers away, it wasn't what was on the screenplay. Yeah. It was better, and like what he said, he'd stripped it down to the core of what the story was. And that's what attracted me to the story. It was all the subtext, what goes on underneath. And, for reading, when we get the scripts, I would just read them as they came out. So I'd wait till the end to see what was going to happen. It was nice. It was a good way of working.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I totally immersed myself into the scripts. I didn't even check out the book.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, with your character in particular, I think it's really interesting because this is a character that could have been, almost ridiculed. Just because of some of the more out there elements of the character. Mm-hmm. But I think you approach him with a lot of humanity and empathy. What was it like approaching the character in this way? Why did you want to approach the character in this way?
Oh man, to honor the voice of the character. I believe that when we do play our roles, the base that we should start from is coming in with some human qualities. Mm-hmm. So that people can attach to it and identify with the character and care about him through the journey. Man, I'm just fortunate that this brother even thought of me to call me to play the role. You know what I mean? And then when I got the scripts, I was just like, oh, this is amazing. This is fun, I don't even know what's going to happen. So if I don't know what's going to happen, imagine the audience. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, and it was just exciting to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have anything to add about writing that character?
Well, all the characters coming from a place like Rob said, it's who are they as human beings? Because if you don't do that, then we don't care. McNabb is in a different version. He could be a madman,
right?
But he's not. He's a guy who thinks he might be a madman, might think he's crazy, and then it turns out he's right, and that's I'm realizing that you're not wrong. One, that everything that's happened to you actually happened, and that other people are believing you. That's a journey that's really heartfelt and human. I don't know, now I'm rambling.
Yeah, absolutely. and I think you're not rambling. That was not absolutely was good to think before.
I think we all know I
was. So another thing that I really liked about your character in specific is that he's a man of few words. One of my favorite scenes in the show was beginning of episode 7. There was the cold open, no dialogue from your character. How did you kind of approach this?
Wake up in the woods.
Yeah.
How did you approach this character, especially in those scenes that you didn't have that dialogue to convey emotions?
That was the one Kevin directed.
Yeah. It's where you wake up and go to the Navarros.
Trusting Kevin.
Yeah.
The director.
Director.
What's Kevin's name?
Tancheron.
Kevin Tancheron, our director of that episode. Trusting him. He was very open about describing the feeling we were going for. And man, I just went with it, with the trust of the director and what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I think one of the really compelling things about this show is that it's not just a horror show. It's got that emotional through line. It's got that mystery. Why do you think that this show, you know, is more than just scary and fun?
Well, I think scary and fun, I feel like is better serves a movie. This, we want people in for the long haul, and I think audiences they've seen so many movies, TV shows, read so many books, that you need to keep it, you know, keep them on the edge. The way to keep them on the edge of their seats is to constantly shift the ground that they're on. You know, the story that you've seen all 8 episodes, you said, the story that you think you're in episode 1 is
Very much not.
1,000 miles from the story you end up in episode 8. And that is very much by design, because if they know exactly what's going to happen, there's no reason for them to not, you know, look up from their phone. You want to keep them interested without, you know, jumping the shark, without breaking the suspension of disbelief. You want them never knowing what's going to happen next. Or they may have an idea but they don't know how we get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you either of you have anything to add?
I thought like the journey of the human experience through all the characters is something that the viewer can relate to, because innately we all want to connect, we all want to support each other, we all want to band together, you know, when challenged from outside sources. And I think that is revealed in Teacup. You know, so people are going to naturally connect to that, because it's like a bond of seeing people come together, regardless of how their relationship was prior to whatever experience got them to say, hey, we got to come together. You know what I mean? I think we're actually experiencing that in the real world. So this story is going to connect with so many people on that level alone.
And to add on to his point, is that what I love about this story, and is when the audience can just, what would you do? And I love stories like the futuristic stories, and I watch those and go, what would I do? What would I do? And you find a character in this, and you kind of relate to that character. So yeah, it's like what he said.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much again for your time. Really enjoyed the show. And again, we can see what you guys do next.
what's your
Sean.
Sean.
With FandomWire.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.